Welcome back to the our next session. And in the last session, uh, we learned how to create a welcome form, login form, then a main form. So let's run the project and see. So this is our welcome form. After the welcome form, there is a login form is there. So entering the login detail, username and password, and click on the login button. So this is our welcome form. Okay, so this is our welcome form. After adding a welcome form, we will create our next form, that is a student registration form. So I have already created the student registration form. So this is a student registration form. So in the student registration form, I am adding here one picture box control is there. These are the labels, these are the various labels. Okay, so this is our database. This is our student database is there, student database. And in the student database there is a registration table is there. Okay, this is a student registration table, and these are the fields related to our tables. So this is a registration number, there is a registration number field in the table. Student name, so this is a student name. Student gender, email addresses, and mobile number. So these are the all fields are present in the database also. So this is a text boxes. Okay, so I am changing the property of text boxes, that is a name property. I am changing here. So first my text box is the txt registration number, txt name, this is a student gender, this is a email, so txt email, txt address, and txt mobile number. So this is my text boxes, and these are my labels, and this is a picture box control is there. Okay, so these are the buttons control. So my first button control is the insert. So I am changing the property of button insert. Okay, so button insert and text it on insert. Then I am changing the giving the update button. This is a clear button, and this is a search button. So this is my registration form. Okay, so I am adding this registration form. There is a picture box, labels, text boxes, and these are the buttons. Okay, so let's write a code behind this form. So I am writing the first code on the button clear. Okay, so just to double click on it, and it will go to the button clear click event. So how we can clear the text boxes data? So how we can clear the text boxes data? For this purpose, I am creating a one function or one method in C#.NET. That method is called as a clear field. Okay, so how we can write a method, that is a public void clear data. Okay, so this is my method. Whenever I need this method, just I'm calling that method, that is clear data. So how we can clear a text boxes in the C#.NET? So my first text box is a registration. Okay, so this is my registration, txt registration.text is equal to, there is a method in C# called string.empty. Okay, so this is a method txt registration number. Then next my text box is a txt name, so student name. So this is a text is equal to again string.empty. So my next text box is a txt gender, so this is a gender dot text and string dot empty. Again next my text box, that is a txt email dot text is equal to, this is a string dot empty. So this is my text box clear code. Txt address dot text is equal to string dot empty. So this is my text boxes. And next text box, that is txt mobile dot text is equal to, so this is a string dot empty. Okay, so this is a code to clear the text field data. Okay, so after clearing the data, my cursor is focused to the text registration number. So how we can focus the cursor? Txt registration number dot, there is a method called focus method. So this is a focus method. Okay, so call this method on button clear event. So I am calling the method that is clear data on button clear data. So I am calling the method on a button clear event. Okay, so this is a code. Suppose you want to run only this form, okay, student registration form, only this form, then you have to do some uh, change in code. So this is a program.cs file. Okay, in the program.cs file there is a application.run. Okay, so this is a application.run. You can provide a form name to run. Okay, so I just provide the form name, that is a add details. So frm add details, this is my form name. Okay, so in the solution explorer I am adding the form, that is a frm add detail. So I want to run only this form, not login form, not welcome form. Okay, so let's run the project and see. This is a form. Okay, so I am writing here registration number, student data. Okay, so I'm writing, so these are the password character. Okay, so we will change later this password character after click on the clear button. After clicking the clear button, all the data vanish. Okay, so go to the our form and make sure that there is a password char property of this text box. So password char. Okay, so remove it, save it. Okay, so in this way you can write a code on the clear button. So write down a code on the insert button. Okay, so we want to insert a record into a database. In the last example, in a login form, we will also we saw that we learned that how we can connect to database. Okay, if you want to connect to database, or if you want to communicate with a database, you need a connection, a string. So if you want to perform operations with a database, then you need, or especially SQL server, you need a one package. So first import that package, that is a using system system dot there is a package called system.data.sql client. When you work with SQL server databases, then you can use a system.data.sql client. Okay, so first you need to import this class or this package, because we required some classes to communicate with the databases. So first, after importing the package, you need to create a connection path. So how we can create a connection path? That is a SQL connection. We create an object, that is a con is equal to new SQL connection. Okay, so this class can be used to establish a connection with a database. So in this class we need to pass a connection string. So how we can pass the connection string? Click on the student database and click on the connection string. So this is the connection string, double click and paste it over. Okay, so this is a path to establish or to communicate with a database. After that we need to perform some command on a database. So I am creating a class SQL command. So these are the required thing. So after adding this code, you need to open the connection, that is a con dot, there is a class connection dot open. Okay, so con dot open. After opening the connection, fire the command, that is a cmd is equal to, means command object is equal to new SQL command, and this command required a two argument, first your command and then connection object. So I am pass here. So write down the command for insert a data into a table. So there is a SQL command, that is a insert into, okay, insert into table name. So what is my table name? Table registration. This is my table name. Okay, so copy the table name, insert into table registration. So what are the values? So first value is the registration number. Okay, so just go to the registration number, first is there, then second one is the yes name, okay, comma, then second one is the yes gender. Okay, then next column that is a email, then comma, next column that is a yes address. So this is a student address, and yes mobile number. So this is my field. Okay, so I want to insert some values to the database. So what are the values? So values are coming from these text boxes. Okay, so respectively we add these text boxes. So what are the IDs of these text boxes? That is the name property. So we add here this. So how we can add the text boxes here? So for adding the text boxes, first single quotation, then double quotation, then plus plus. So our first text box is a txt registration number dot, you can take a text. Okay, then comma, again single quotation, double quotation, plus plus, then next our a txt name. Okay, so txt name dot text property, again comma, single quotation, again double quotation, plus plus, our next that is a txt gender dot text, then comma, next single quotation, double quotation, plus plus, then next is a txt email. Okay, then again go to the single quotation, double quotation, plus plus, then go to the txt address dot text, comma, then last is a single quotation, double quotation, plus plus, txt mobile dot text. So this is a code to insert a data into a database. Okay, so insert into a table name, or these are the values, these are the values. Okay, so these are the text boxes from which a data coming. Okay, so this is our code. After write down the command. Okay, so you need to execute this command. So how we can execute this command? By using a cmd dot, there is a property called execute non-query. Okay, so basically the execute non-query command can be used with a insert, update and delete statement only. Okay, so execute non-query, this command can be used to execute this command. Okay, after executing, after writing this command, prompt the user, that is message box dot show, provide information to the user, that is a one record inserted success, SECCESS successfully. Okay, so one record inserted successfully. This is a first parameter. Second parameter, name on the message box, that is a this dot text. Then third parameter, it required message box button type. Okay, so I am using only OK button. And icon type, that is a message box icon, that is I am providing here the information. Okay, after inserting the data, clear all the text boxes data. Okay, so for next record, if we want to insert a next record, then clear all the record. Then after this, close the connection. Okay, so connection dot close. After your task is completed, then close your connection. Okay, so this is a code required to insert a data into a database. So this is our table. Let's open the table, that is show table data. Open the table and see there is a no record present in the table. Okay, so let's run the project and see our data. So registration number 1, I am using the student name, that is my name is Ajinkya. Okay, fine. Gender, that is a male, and student email ajinkya@gmail.com. Okay, so my address is Latur, and my mobile number is something like. Okay, so after clicking the insert button, so one record inserted successfully. Okay, and after I press OK button, all the data which are present in the text box are cleared for the next record insertion. Okay, so this is a record clear for the next record insertion. After closing the form, I go to the our database. Okay, so this is our table, and let's check. I'm just execute this query and check. This is our data. Okay, so this is a data present in our table. So in this way you can add data into a table. Okay, so going to the main form, and after clicking the add detail, okay, if a user click on the add detail button, then this form will be open. Okay, so how we can open this form? Go to the main form, where is our main form? This is our main form. Just double click on it, and this is a event. Okay, so first you need to create an object of add detail form. Okay, so this is my form frm add detail. I am creating the object, that is add is equal to new frm add details. Okay, so this dot okay, so there is a no add dot, there is a method called show dialog. Okay, if you want to open the another form in C#, then there is a property called show dialog. Okay, so this is a add dot show dialog. Okay, so let's so this is our add detail form. Okay, so in this way we have to open another form, that is a search form also. For this search form we need to add one form in our project. So go to the solution explorer and just click on your project, student project, right click here, add new windows form, and give a name it as a frm. Okay, so frm search student. Okay, so this is my form name, frm search a student, and add this form. So this is a student searching form is there. Okay, after, so we need to add a code on this button, that is a search. Whenever the user click on the search button, the search form will be open. So how we can add a code on this button? Just double click on this button and create an object of frm search student. Okay, recently this form is added, so I am creating object of this form, that is I am providing a search name of object is equal to new frm search student. Okay, so this dot close means current form dot close, or this dot, sorry, this dot hide, we hide the current form and show a search form, that is a search dot show dialog. If you want to open a new form in C#, then there is a method called show dialog, and this dot hide means the current form dot hide means add a detail form. This form will be hide and search form will be displayed. Okay, so we are completing the code on the insert button, then clear button, and then search button. Okay, so now we perform the operations on the update button. So how we can perform the operations on update? So write down the query for the update. So how we can write a query for the update? Okay, just copy the code, on button insert, just copy this code and paste on update button. Okay, just you need to change the query, so this is a coding of insert. Okay, we will need to change the query on update. So you know what are the basic SQL commands. Okay, after that you are adding or updating, deleting, or you can make a project in any other programming language. Okay, so you have a basic knowledge on SQL commands. So how we can update the command? So there is a command that is update. Okay, update table name. So what is our table name? Table registration. So update table. Okay, so update table set. So you have to set the values. Set a values for s name. Okay, so s name is equal to single quotation, double quotation, plus plus txt name dot text. Set the values for the student name text box, comma, yes gender. Okay, gender. So this is a column name, which are present in the table. So this is a table, this is column name, and this is same column name. Okay, so single quotation, double quotation, plus plus. So txt gender is there, dot text. Again place a comma, then next column, that is a email. So email is equal to, email is equal to single quotation, double quotation, plus plus, txt email dot text. Okay, then place a comma. Our next field is s address. Okay, so add single quotation, double quotation, plus plus. So txt address dot text. So place a comma, and our last column is a s mobile is equal to single quotation, double quotation, plus plus. So txt mobile dot text. Okay, so this is our update query, but on which condition you have to update the data? So I'm write down here a condition, that is where where registration number. Okay, where the registration number, where where registration number is equal to single quotation, double quotation, plus plus, txt registration number dot text. Okay, on the basis of this we need to change the record. Okay, on the basis of registration number, because the registration number is a unique numbers, that's why we update a record based on the this registration number. So change the message, that is one record updated. Okay, so one record updated successfully. So this is our code, or this is our code for the insert a data into a database. This code can be used to update a data from database, and this is a code, that is this is a method to clear data. So clear data, okay, just clear data can be used to clear the fields from the text boxes. Okay, so there is a mobile number. You can change the property of mobile text field, that is a maximum property, maximum size. Okay, so there is a property called as max size property, max size, maximum length. Okay, so there is a property of text box. I think there is a max length property. Okay, so max length at 10 character means mobile number is our 10 character, that's why we provide only 10 character or 10 digits only. Okay, so this is a student registration form. In student registration form we perform the code on insert button, update, clear, and search. Okay, so complete run the project. Okay, so call our form first. So I am going to the program.cs file and call the form 1. So our form 1 is a welcome form. So complete run the project again. So this is our welcome form. After creating the welcome form, add the login detail, that is admin, and click on the login button. So this is our welcome form. Okay, so after clicking the add detail button, the student add form will be displayed. Okay, so after click on the search button, the search form will display. So this is our search form. So in the next video session we design the search form. Okay, so this is our search form. After clicking the add detail, the student detail form will show. We already performed the code on the insert, update, clear, and search buttons. Okay, so in the next session we will design a student search form. Okay, so we will meet in the next video session. Welcome back to this session, that is a project development using the C#.NET. In the last video we learned that how we can insert a data into a database, and how we can update, how we can clear all the text fields from text boxes. So in this session we will see how we can get a data from database and display on the Windows form. Okay, so for this purpose I am adding already I am added a form, that is a student search form. Okay, so this is a student search form. So here I am taking a one label and one text box. If a user enter a mobile number, okay, so only that specific record will be displayed to the user, and when I click on the search button, then only the record will be sorted, and the name and the address which is attached to this mobile number, only those record will displayed. Okay, so in this video session we will see how we can pass a data from one form to another form. Okay, whenever the user click on the edit button, the record from data grid view to transfer from one form to another form. Okay, so if you want to display a data from database on a form, you can use, or Microsoft Visual Studio provide you one control, and that control is called as, one toolbox is called as data grid view control. Okay, so this is a data grid view control, just a drag and drop here. So this is a data grid view control. This data grid view control can be used to display a data from database to Windows form. Okay, so this is a data grid view control. For this purpose we will open our a table. Okay, so these are our column names. So these column names, same column name will be added on the data grid custom. Okay, so you can add a custom column here. So how we can add the custom column on data grid? So how we can add, let's see carefully. Just click on this cap button. Okay, so this is a cap, and there is a link button is there, and that link button is called as the add columns. Okay, so click on this add columns and provide the header text. Okay, and remember that the data grid view type is a text box column. Okay, so our first column, that is header text, our column first, that is a registration number. So I am writing down here register. Okay, so register number, then click on the add button. Okay, so this is column is will add it. Then our next column, that is a student name. Okay, so student name, then click on the add. Then our next column, student gender, or just you have to pass a gender. Our next column, that is email. Okay, click on the add. So email, add our, that is a student address. Okay, so I am write down here the student address, and our next column, that is a mobile number. Okay, so this is our mobile number. So this is our column, and then click on the add button. Okay, after adding, click, then just close it. So this is our custom column. Okay, so make sure that you have to change some properties on this custom column. So again, click on this cap and go to the edit column, and our first column, that is a registration number. Okay, so this is a registration number. Increase the width property. So this is a width, by default it is 100, you can increase 130. Okay, so this is, and same, just click, and again you need to increase the column width of mobile number also. For this, again click on the edit column and select your column, that is mobile number, and go to the width, and you can increase 130 also. Okay, so you can customize, means you can customize, that is up and down the column numbers. You can change the order of your column also. Okay, so I am place a default order, just click on the OK button. So this is your custom column. Okay, so click on the data grid view, and you have to change one more property of data grid view. Just click on this data grid view, go to the properties window, and select here allow user to add rows. By default it is a true, make sure that it false. Okay, so this is our custom column name. You can also increase the font size of your column. Just go to the properties, just select the data grid view and go to the properties, and after going to the properties you can change the property also, means column header default cells type, column header default cells type, this is a property. Click on this property and you can change the font size also. Okay, just go to here, font and 9, just okay. So you can also change the font size also. Again, the student name column, you need to increase the width of student name column. Again, click on the cap button, go to the edit column and select student name and increase the width, that is 130. Okay, so this is our student name. So this is a designing of a data grid view. Okay, so now our next step is that you can fetch the data from database and place into a data grid view. So this is called as a data grid view, which can be used to display the data from database to our Windows form. So how we can achieve our task to display the data from database into grid view? So for this purpose I am going to the backend, that is a coding session. First you need to import our package, that is a system.data. There is a package called SQL client, which can be used if you work with SQL Server database. Okay, after implementing, create a SQL connection path, that is a SQL connection con is equal to new SQL connection. Okay, so in this path you need to establish a connection string. Okay, so you need to establish a connection string. So just select the database and go to the properties, and that is a connection string, copy and paste it. So this is our connection string, and we need to fire some command. For this we will use SQL command. Okay, so this SQL command can be used to fire the command on a database. So our task is to fetch a data from database onto a form. So for this purpose I am creating a one method in C#, and that method is called as public void display data. So this is my method. Okay, see, this method can be used to display a data from database. So write down the code to display a data from database. Okay, so we need to use some count. Okay, so I am declaring here a count variable, that is a count. Okay, integer count is equal to 0, integer count is equal to 0. Then open the connection, that is a connection dot, there is a property called connection dot open. Next step, fire the command. So how we can fire, means there is a SQL command. You can use one SQL command, that is to select a data from database. Then there is a command that is select star from table name. Okay, so cmd is equal to new SQL command and fire the command, that is a select star from, means all record, select star from table name. So what is our table name? Select star from table name. So what is our table name? That is a table registration. So this is our table registration. Just paste it, where you can use a condition, that is where where registration number. Okay, so where, so registration number, or where you can find a condition, that is where registration number ascending order, you have to find the ascending order also. Okay, so you can order your record, that is by providing where clause, that is where, or you can find that is a select star from table registration where, or you can simply use, if you want to select a data from database, then there is a command, that is a select star from table name. Okay, select star from table name, order by student registration number, means registration number. So this is a registration number, just copy it, order by student registration number ascending. Okay, so this is a command and it required one argument, that is a connection object. So after firing the command, okay, after opening the connection, after firing the command, you need to read a data. Okay, so you need to read a data. If you want to read a data, if you want to read a single data, there is a class present, that is SQL Data Reader. Okay, so SQL Data Reader can be used with the select statement command. So SQL Data Reader cmd dot command object dot execute non-query, or execute reader, sorry, it is used when you use a select statement, then there is a execute reader. Okay, if you want to read a single record, then execute reader is there. Then our data grid view name, that is name property of our data grid view, is a data grid view 1. Okay, so this is our name property or id property of data grid view. So write down here data grid view 1 dot, first you need to clear all the rows. Is there any record present on grid, then all the data will be clear. Okay, so first you need to clear all the data from data grid. Then read a data. So for reading a data, we have to use a while loop statement. Okay, so while, if data reader has a read, means data reader has a record, then read all the record. Okay, so this is our while statement. So in the while statement, we need to add a data from a specific column, means the data, means that the registration number present in registration column will be displayed in data grids views registration number. Okay, so student name from the database, this is a column s name, so s name contains student name, so student name also visible in data grids view student name column. So for this purpose, let's write down data grid v1 dot, you need to add a rows, that is a rows dot, there is a method called add. Okay, so you need to add a data from row wise. So write down, so our first column, that is data grid v1, okay, data grid v1 integer column index. So 1 is a column index, comma, integer column index and count. So our count value of starting value is a 0, means integer data grid view 1 comma count dot value is equal to data reader of here we need to pass a column name dot, there is a method called toString. Okay, so what is this code means that, so our first column means our first number, that is a student registration, is present on column index. Okay, so column index on 0 means 10, there is a student registration number present, just copy it and paste here data reader of registration number, means this is a index number of 1, registration number index number 1. So in data grid view, the indexing starts from the 1. So 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, so these are the index numbers. Sorry, so index numbers are starts from the 0th. Okay, so this is a 0th, 1 2 3 4 5. So here we need to change from data grid view 1 of 0 and 0, it will present a registration number. Okay, so copy this code and paste it. Okay, so next column is our record number 1 column 0, this is the student name is present, so write down here the student name. Again copy this. Okay, copy this. Our second column, that is second, there is a present gender. Okay, so this is a gender, copy this gender and paste data reader of gender, dr of gender. Then third column, that is third column, email. So copy this in email. Okay, and our fourth column, that is fourth number, that is called as s address. So s address is there, and last our, copy this, and fifth number. So this is our fifth number, and last one is a student mobile number. So this is our column names, 0 1 2 3 4. These are the column names which are present in the data grid view. Okay, after adding this, after write down this while statement. So our count will be plus plus, means if there is a number of record are present, then count plus plus. Our count is incremented by 1. So this is a count plus plus, and close the data reader connection, that is a data reader dot close, and also connection dot close, that is a con dot close. So close all the data reader close and connection dot close. Okay, so this is a method. This method can be used to display a data from a database. So call this method on the form load event. Okay, so this is our a form. Whenever this form is loading, call that method. So just double click on the form, and this is a form load event. Okay, so call this method. Which method? That is a display data method. Just call the display data method. Okay, so run this a specific form. Okay, so I want to run this form, then just this form, then go to the program.cs file, that is a program.cs file. In the program.cs file, application.run, that is my form name is a frm search student. This is my form, and only this form will run. Okay, so check. So this is our data. Okay, so registration number contain registration number, student name contain student name, gender contain gender, email contain email address, and mobile number contain mobile numbers. So this is a column index. So registration number present at the 0th column, 0 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so these are the fields. So in this way you can fetch a data from database into a data grid view control. Okay, so this is a registration, this is a search student form. So our next code is on clear. Okay, so whenever the user clear, the text field will be clear. So how we can achieve the task? So for this, go to the search student, click on the clear button. Okay, so write down the code for the clear, txt mobile. Okay, so this is a mobile, txt mobile dot text is equal to, there is a method called string dot empty. Okay, and make sure that call here the display data method. Okay, whenever the user click on the clear, show all the data which are present from database into a grid view. So call here a display data method. Okay, so call here display data method, and focus cursor on the mobile field. So this is a txt mobile dot focus method is there. Okay, just run the form. Okay, suppose there is some data which are present, and just click clear, and all data will be displayed. And focus the cursor to the again mobile field, text mobile field. Okay, so next our code is that how we can transfer this data. Okay, whenever the user select this row, and click on the edit button, all the data will transfer on our student registration form. Okay, so how we can transfer data from one form to another form? For this purpose, first go to the student registration form. Okay, so select all the text field. So select all the text field, and go to the properties window. First make sure that there is a property called as a modifier. Okay, by default it is a private, so make sure that you have to change the modifier to public. Okay, so if you want to transfer a data from one form to another form, first you need to change the modifier property private to public. So all the text boxes are now public. You can access these text boxes anywhere in your project. So for this purpose, okay, so I am back to our search student form and click on the edit button. Okay, so this is our edit button. So create a object of create a first thing create a object of this form. So frm add details. Okay, so this is our form, and I am creating the object that is frm add details. Okay, so I am adding here frm add details. Add is equal to new frm add details. So first write down the code if you want to transfer a data from one form to another form. So how we can transfer the data? So this is frm add. We have to create an object that is add. So access the text boxes. How we can access the text boxes? By using the object that is add dot our first text box, that is txt registration number dot text is equal to, okay, txt registration number dot text is equal to, so pass the data, that is a data grid view 1 dot, there is a method called current row. Okay, so this is our current row dot cells of integer index number, that is a 0th position, there is a registration number is present. So I am passing here a cells of 0 dot, we need a value dot toString. Okay, so in our data grid view there is a, on the 0th position there is a registration number. Okay, so same way you can write a code for add dot txt name dot text is equal to data grid view 1 dot current row dot cells of index number 1, pass the name to this text box, that is a value dot auto string. Okay, so copy this all the code, you need just to copy the all the code that is a for the, okay. So our next text box, that is a txt gender, and here 2 index number 2 gender is present, then txt after the gender there is a email. So email column number, that is a cells of 3 I am changing here, and last that is a txt address is there. Okay, so this is address, and the address contains the index number, that is a 4th column, and last one that is our email. Sorry, the last one is our mobile number. So txt mobile. Okay, so mobile column number, that is index number, that is cells of 5. Data grid view dot current row means we have to select the current row and pass or select the data which is 0th column, that is the registration number, cells of 1, name. Okay, so gender, email, address, and mobile numbers respectively columns are there. Okay, so next step, that is a this dot, make sure that this current form will hide, this dot hide, and add dot show dialog. Okay, so add dot show dialog method is there to open the student add details form with respective data in present text boxes. Okay, so how we can perform this task? So this is our code. Okay, this code can be used to transfer a data from one form to another form. Just let's save the form, go to the, okay, so run the program, and suppose I am selecting this row. Okay, so I am selecting this row and click on the edit button, so respected data will be coming to these text boxes. Okay, now you can change. Okay, so suppose I'm changing here my Latur to, okay, Latur to Pune, so my address will be changed. So update, click on the update, one record updated successfully. Okay, after user click on the OK button, all the data will be cleared from the text boxes. Again, the search button. So check here my updated result, that is my previous address location to Latur. Now I am updating the record and my current location, that is Pune. So in this way you can transfer the data from one form to another form. Okay, so in the next video session we will see how we can perform the searching operation on a data. Okay, so we will see in the next video session. So welcome back to our session, that is a project development using the C#.net. Okay, so in the last video session we learned that how we can use a searching operation. Okay, so in this session we will see how we can delete a record from a database. Okay, so for the purpose I am doing some changes. Okay, so I am placing the delete button on the student registration form. Here is the delete button. Okay, whenever the user click on the delete button, the respected data will be deleted from the database. So how we can perform the delete operation? Just first run the project. Whenever the user click, or whenever the user select any row and click on the edit button, okay, so respected data will be displayed on our text boxes. Whenever the user click on the delete button, the data will be deleted from the databases. So how we can perform the delete operation? Okay, so let's see. First we stop the debug, go to the debug and stop the debugging. Okay, go to the student add detail, delete button. Okay, so this is a button del click event. Just copy the code. Okay, just copy the code of insert update and for insert. Okay, so this is our insert code. Just copy and paste it on button delete. Just you need to change the query, so you have a basic knowledge of SQL command. Okay, so what is the delete query? delete from. Okay, so delete from table. What is our table? Table registration. Table registration where WHERE, where you have to provide the condition delete from table registration where registration number is equal. Okay, so specific record will be deleted. So registration number is equal single quotation, double quotation. So txt registration text box contain our registration. Okay, so update the message, that is one record deleted. Okay, one record deleted successfully. So in this way you have to perform the operations like a delete. Okay, so let's run the project. Suppose I am selecting the record that is a second number, Prasad. Okay, so click on the edit. Suppose I want to delete this 2 number record. Okay, so just click on the delete button. Just click, one record deleted successfully. Okay, so one record will be deleted successfully. Then click on the search button and see here only one record is there, that is second record deleted from databases. So in this way you can perform the delete operations in your project. Welcome back to this our session, that is a project development using the C#.net. In the last video we learned that how we can transfer the data from one form to another form, then how we can display the data from database into this is a grid view control. Okay, so in this video session we will see how we can use the operation like a search. Whenever the user enter the mobile number in the text box, this related information will be displayed in the data grid view. Okay, so how we can achieve this task? So go to the search button. Okay, just double click on the search button. There is a search click event. Okay, so button has a click event. So we already created a one method. Okay, this is a display data, and in the display data there is this code is present. Okay, just copy this code, just you change, just you need to change SQL query. Okay, so paste down in the search button click event. Okay, you need to change only the query. So how we can change the query? Okay, so select a star from table registration. Okay, so you need to provide the condition WHERE where your student mobile number, okay, where your student mobile number is equal, yes, mobile number is equal, single quotation, double quotation, then plus plus, and what is our text box name, that is a txt mobile dot text. Okay, so this is a code for the searching operation. Whenever the user click on this text box mobile number, the related information of that number will be displayed in the text data grid view control. Okay, so this is a data grid view control that can be used to display the data from database. Okay, so you can also write a code on the text changed event. Whenever you enter the mobile numbers, whenever you entering the mobile numbers, the related information will be displayed, okay, in the data grid view. So how we can write a code on the text changed event? Okay, just select this text box. Okay, just select this text box, then go to the properties window, and after going to properties window, just click here events. Okay, just click here events, and there is a one event of text box, that is a text changed. Whenever the text changes, the event will occur. Just double click on it, and this is a text box text changed event. So copy the same code. Okay, so copy the same code and paste it here. So just copy the same code and paste it here. Okay, so this is a code. Whenever text changes, the data displayed on the respected data grid view. So let's run the project. Okay, so let's run the project. Okay, for this purpose we need to add one another record. For this I'm creating the edit button. So this is our edit form. Okay, so this is our edit form is there. So I am entering the address, clear the data, entering the second number. So second number, that is called as Prasad. Okay, it is a mail, email, that is a prasad@gmail.com. Student address, that is Latur. Mobile number, that is 12345 or something like mobile number, that is 9822. So this is something mobile number. Okay, and insert. So one record inserted successfully. Then go to the search, and there is a two record present in database, that is first my name and second is the Prasad. Okay, so after I'm entering the mobile number, that is a 9822 double, okay, 982277, so something like this record. Or you can change, that is if you click on the clear button, so all the related record, okay, so all the related record means all the record which are present in database will be displayed here. Okay, so I am writing the mobile number like 123456788. Okay, so I am writing this mobile number, and the respected data of this number will be displayed here. So this is my number. Okay, whenever the user click on the clear button, all the data from the database will be displayed in data grid view, and the cursor will blink on the mobile numbers. Okay, so you can also click on the search button, then respected data will be displayed. So in this way you can perform the searching operation on the database. Okay, so in this way you can search your record by using a mobile number. You can search your record by using the email address, by registration number. Okay, so in this way you have to perform the searching operation. Okay, so so this is a simple searching operation in a C#.NET. In the next video session, we will see our concept, that is a new concept that is called as the crystal reporting concept. Okay, so crystal reporting concept. So how we can use a crystal report to print a data. Okay, so print data or to transfer a data in Excel format, in Word format, or in PDF format also. So let's see, or this is our last session, so how we can print a data using a crystal report. So we will see in the next video session. Welcome back to our session, that is a project development using the C#.net. So in this session we will learn how we can print our data by using the crystal report. So if you want to use the crystal report to printing a data, then you need to add the crystal report in our project folder. So how we can achieve this task? Let's see. Go to the solution explorer and go select our project, that is a student registration. This is our project. Then right click on it, add new item. Okay, from this tab you have to select the reporting. Okay, you have to select the reporting and select this is a crystal report. So change the name, that is a crystal report 1. Change the name of report, that is a we show the data. Okay, so a student list, this is my report name, that is a student list. Okay, so click on the add button, and here crystal report gallery you have to select the radio button, that is a as a blank project. Just click on the OK button. So this is our crystal report designing page. So in the crystal report designing page, so this is a starting, that is called as the heading section. Okay, you add here your heading, like your school name, your college name, your shop name. So this is a crystal report heading section. So from the toolbox, this is a toolbox, go to the toolbox and go to the box object. Okay, so write down here some box, this is a box, and right click here, insert or insert a text object. Okay, so insert a text object, just place here, this is your a text object. Okay, so you can increase like this your text object. So I'm write down here, right click here and edit text. So I'm writing here uh, my college name, that is a Coxit College. Okay, so Coxit College, Latur. So this is a name. You can change the font also, that is going to the font size 20, go to the bold. Okay, so you need change, you can set the align also, so you can increase the font size, that is so 22. Okay, so save the changes. This is a crystal report. Okay, so this area, that is a page header and details tab. For this if you want to print a data in a crystal report, then you have to first configure your database. So how we can configure our database? So this is a heading section, and this is the last one called as the footer section. Okay, so this is a footer section. You can add information, like you can also use here a box and a signature of validate persons, that is a insert a text object here also. Okay, so you can write down, that is a signature. Okay, sign, so sign, you can use this sign option, bold, you can increase the font also, sign. Okay, so this is and change the, so this can be used for the signing purpose. So authorized person will sign this form. Okay, so this is a crystal report. If you want to add the data from database to crystal report, first you need to configure the database. Want to display a data from a database, okay, or if you want to print a data, then you have to use the crystal report concept in the C#.NET. So we have just created crystal report. Okay, so you need to attach one data set here. So how we can attach a data set, because you cannot directly get a data from database and place it on crystal report. For this purpose you need to add the data set. So how we can add the data set, data set, so just go to the solution explorer, then click on the student registration project, right click here, add new item. Okay, after selecting the new item, click on the data set. Okay, so this is our data set, then data set 1. Okay, add. So this is a data set. So what basically data set is, means that data set is a collection of tables. So we want to add here a table. So just click here server explorer, and this is our table registration. Just drag and drop here. Okay, so this is our data set. Right click and save it. Okay, so just right click and save it. Go to the student registration report. Okay, so this is our student list report. Just click it, and this is our crystal report, and we want to print here the student list. Okay, so how we can print the student list using a crystal report? So first you need to configure the database. So how we can configure the database? Go to the field explorer and select database field. Okay, the right click and database expert. So in the database expert, there is a project data folder is there, project data, and under the project data there is a ADO.NET data set is there. Okay, so this is our table registration. Just click on this arrow and OK. So all the fields are come here. Okay, this is all the fields are coming here. So what we need to do, just what we need to do, just drag and drop here. So how we can drag and drop here? So for this purpose we add a custom column. Okay, so how we can add the custom column? Just I am clicking the text object and place it over. Okay, so this is our first text object, and what is the name? That is edit text. Our first, that is contain a register number. Okay, so register number. Our second, just I am copying and paste it. Our second field contain edit text, and our second field contain student name. Okay, so this is our student name. Our third field, that is copy and paste, and our third field contain edit text and student gender. So next, that is our field contain next student gender, and here a student email. Okay, so I want to display student email also. And last, our field, I don't want to display the address, and student mobile number. So I'm adding here a custom column, that is a student number. Okay, so these are the fields. And next step is just drag, that is the registration number, to the below this registration number. Okay, so this is also in upper, this is also contain registration number. Just delete it. Make sure that this is a table registration. Okay, so same you can drag and drop student name and just delete. Gender, just delete. Okay, so this is a gender. Student email, so this is email, just drag and drop here email and delete. Okay, and last one is the student mobile, just drag and drop it and student mobile. Okay, so in this way you can create or you can design the crystal report. Okay, so in the next session, how we can add a code behind this crystal report. We will see in the next video session. Okay. Welcome back to our session, that is a project development using a C#.NET. So in this video session, we will see how we can write down the code to print a crystal report data. Okay, so for this purpose I'm already added one form. Okay, so one form, that is that form is called as a student list report form. Okay, so this is for this form is I'm already added. So after adding this form, so this is a student list report form. So first you change the property of form, that is called first property, that is a Windows state property, that is a it is maximized. So you need to change the property of form. Okay, so you need to add a report on this form. So how we can add the report on this form? You need to add a crystal report viewer on this form. So go to the toolbox, and in the toolbox go to the bottom, and there is a reporting tab is present. In the reporting tab there is a crystal report viewer is present, crystal report viewer. Okay, just drag and drop over it. Okay, so our form name is a student list report form, and you need to write down some code before this form. So just double click on this form. So I'm already added some code. Okay, if you work on the crystal report, you need to install, or you need to import these packages. Okay, so first you need to install the system.io package, then you have to import the crystal decision dot crystal report dot engine. So this is a package, and you need to import crystal decisions dot shared package. Okay, or you have to last package, that is a system.data.sql client, because we are working on SQL server database. So you need these packages. Okay, so after importing the packages, first make sure, or if you make sure that your a connection string is present, or SQL connection class can be used to establish a connection between your project and the database by providing this is a connection string. Okay, so after that, on the form load event, this is a form load event. First you need to open the connection, then you have to use a new class that is called as the SQL data adapter class. Okay, so instead of using command, you have to use SQL data adapter ADP is equal to new SQL data adapter, and pass the query, that is a select star from table registration. Okay, so this is a query, and here a data set is there. In the last video we add a data set, that is this is called as our a data set 1.xt. So this is a class data set. We have to create object ds is equal to new data set, and adapter dot fill, there is a method that is fill. You have to fill the record from table registration, okay, into a data set. So student list is our report name. So this is our report name, that is a student list, and we have to create an object of that is a p1. Okay, so p1 dot set data source means pass the data to data set. Okay, so data set contain your data that are present in your table. So data set contains a data, and assign these data to p1 means a report, student list report, and crystal report viewer 1 dot report source that pass the p1 means it will print the data which are present in your table onto the report. Okay, so after writing down this code, go to the our main form. Where is our main form? This is our main form. Okay, and write down the code to open our form. That is which form? That is a student list report form. This is form. Whenever the user click on the print report button, the student list report form are displayed. Okay, so just click on the print report and write down the code, that is a student list report. This is our form, and create an object, that is list is equal to new student report form, and list dot show dialog, open show dialog. Okay, so let's run the project. So this is our main form. Okay, so this is our main form. Whenever the user click on the print report, so this is our crystal report. Okay, so this is our reporting, and in our database there is only one record is present, that is okay. So in this way you can print data by using the crystal report. You can save this report in the various format, like you can directly print the report using the printer report. Okay, so this is a print, you can directly print this report, or you can export this report into a various format, like you can export this report into the Microsoft Excel format, PDF format. You can also into a Microsoft Word format. You can transfer this record on various formats also. Okay, so this is a crystal report. By using the crystal report you can print a data which are present from database into a crystal report. So this is a session, that is which are based on how we can develop the project using the C#.net. So these are the various steps. Okay, so perform each and every step carefully and make your own projects. Okay, so thank you for watching these video sessions.